Jonathan Strobel. I'm a BMW product specialist here at the BMW Performance Center. And we're about to show this 1 Series to the customer. You can go around and show all the features of the vehicle and show how everything works so that you can get a little more acquainted to the vehicle before you go on the road. In the trunk, this is the compartment that the top is stored in. When the top is raised, you can gain this much more height in the trunk for storage. Typically, customers will fold this up to gain some storage space in the future, and they go to try to put the top back down. It won't work. First thing I always recommend customers check is this. If it's not pulled down, the top won't come down, so that saves them a service visit. The second thing that will prevent the top from working is the trunk itself not being completely closed. Another little hidden trick back here is underneath the floor is where the battery is. If you ever need to jump start the car though, there are 2 posts in the front which we'll show you, so you always want to jump the car from the front, but I always like to point out that the battery is back here so the customer doesn't go looking for it up front. And we have a little black and red pouch that contains a tow hook and a screwdriver. Whereas on the passenger side, as long as the driver's door is unlocked, you can press on the back side and it swings open. This is a little holder for the gas caps. When you take it off, you just stick it in there and it'll hold it for you. When you go to put it back on, just turn it till you hear it click. Unlike some cars, it won't keep turning. So once you hear it click, it won't turn to your father, and then you can just push the gas door back in. In the glove box, on the left side, there's a slide that slides up and down for locking the trunk. So for valet parking, what you can do is you can lock the trunk from inside the glove box there. Then you can shut the glove box and lock the glove box with a physical key that comes out of the remote key fob. You would keep that physical key with you and give the rest of that key fob to the valet. That'll prevent them from getting into the glove box or whatever you have. Controls here on the dash. That switch right now is pointing straight up, which means the headlights are off. Majority of the customers will leave that to the left there, and that's automatic. In that position, if you have the xenon headlights, the headlights are not only automatic, they're also adaptive. That allows them to turn with the steering wheel at night. If the customer flips this all the way to the right, that's manually cutting the headlights on. In that position, the xenon headlights are not adaptive. They're always going to point straight. The position in between off and manually on there is park lights, so that's just your corner lights for the vehicle. The button to the top right there is your fog light, so that turns the fog lights on and off. And when the headlights are on for your bright lights, you'll push the turn signal stalk away from you. Pulling it towards you takes you back to low beam. A feature called pathway lighting that's on all BMWs, but most customers don't know about it. But what that allows you to do is when you turn the car off, if you pull the turn signal stalk towards you, that'll leave the headlights on for 40 seconds, give you enough time to walk into the house or to an area that's dark. On the 1 Series convertible here, the window controls on the door. The big wide switch that's in the back, that allows you to control all 4 windows in the car with 1 switch, so you can put them all up or down. The 4 individual buttons here will let you operate those windows by themselves. The switch here will let you control which side view mirror you're adjusting. The round dial will let you adjust that mirror. If you have this switch in the left position where it is now and you put the car in reverse, the passenger mirror will tilt to the curb. So if you're parallel parking, you can see the curb. If you're not parallel parking, you can leave that switch in the right position, that passenger mirror will stay normal. That button there will fold the mirrors in, so if you're in a tight parking spot or in a parking garage, you can make the room around the vehicle a little wider so nobody hits your mirrors. On your seat controls, you have at the front corner, this switch controls the side bolsters, so you can inflate or deflate those to make it a little snugger on your sides. The round dial is the lumbar, so you can inflate that, deflate it, or move it up or down your back to wherever you'd like to position it. The big horizontal button, that'll let you move the seat forward and back, up or down. You can also twist that, and that will let you change the tilt of the seat. The big vertical button is the seat back, forward and back. Then you have the memory buttons, and once you have the car turned on, you get the seat and the side view mirrors to where you want them to be. You press the M, that M button will light up red. You let go and then you press the number you want to program yourself into, and that'll store you into that position. Now, the keys now with these vehicles, all these settings are key specific. So with the key, you have 2 positions for one key, you have 2 positions for a second key. And you can also set the keys to automatically remember where you drove last. So if somebody else drove with the second key and you come back with your key, when you unlock the car, it automatically moves the seat to where you were driving last. Then the convertibles for getting in and out of the back. There's a handle at the top corner of the seat here. Pulling that forward brings the seat back forward. Then this is a rapid movement of the seat forward and back. This remembers where you started, so when you press and hold it to go back, when it stops, that's where you began. And then you can lift this up, push the seat back forward. On the steering wheel, you have plus and minus here. That's volume, for whatever's coming through the radio speakers in the car. This activates voice input, where you can give voice commands in the vehicle. The button below that is the Bluetooth phone. You can answer in or initiate a phone call with that button. On the right side of the steering wheel, top left button here, that'll let you switch the radio audio source. The button below that lets you change the recirculating fan for the climate control system. You can switch it from outside air to inside air. The up and down arrows to the right of those buttons will let you go up or down whatever you're listening to on the radio. The stalk here is for the wiper controls. The button on the end is the rain sensing wipers. That'll turn them on. They'll swipe once to initiate themselves. After that, they automatically swipe when they accumulate enough water. The center dial will control how sensitive that sensor is. Now, if you lightly tap this stalk up, that's medium speed wiper. Up hard, you feel a little detent it goes past, that's high speed wiper. If you're on high, you can press the automatic rain sensing to go back to that, or you can tap it down once, which will take you back to medium. Down again would turn it off. If it's off when you tap it down, it does a single swipe. Pulling it towards you would wash the front window. And with the key here, you can slide it into this slot. It doesn't really matter which side is facing up. When you first plug it in, it's locked into place, so that when you turn the car off, you can't just pull the key out. Once you turn the car off, you'll push in, that'll release the key, and then you can pull it out. On the radio, this turns the radio on and off. You also have volume here. Right now we're on FM1, you have 6 presets. So the 2 arrows here will let you seek up or down to the next strongest station. If you get to a station you like, you want to store it, you just press and hold the number and that'll program you into that preset. Unknown feature here is the M button. The M turns it to manual mode. When you hit that, it brings up numbers on the screen here, so now you can manually type in the radio station that you want to go to, and it takes you straight to that station number. The other way you can do this is when you press M, is manually tune it with the arrows or with the dial here to whatever station you're trying to find. You have FM1, which we're currently on, 1 through 6. If I hit FM again, we go to FM2, 7 through 12. FM a third time, we get FM 8. This is an auto store feature, so if you're traveling in a new area, press and hold FM, it'll automatically store the 6 strongest stations of wherever you're at in the FMA 1 through 6, so it won't mess up your presets in FM1 or FM2. Once it's finished, it'll start playing A1, which is the strongest station. Then you can go through and see if it found anything that you like. The set function here lets you turn on different features of the radio. So we have HD radio currently turned on. We have RDS, which is radio data system. That shows you the text of whatever the station name is, or whatever they're currently playing. If we turn RDS on, what will happen is when you go to a station, it'll first pop up and tell you what type of music they typically play, which is program type. If we go to an HD station, you can find one we can pick up. There we go. HD signal, once it sees it, it'll automatically switch over to the HD signal. This one doesn't have a number beside it, which means they're only broadcasting one HD channel. And you see info pop up over here. That'll just let you get information on what that station's currently playing. So right now it's showing us the artist and the name of the song. Some stations can broadcast more than one. They can broadcast up to 4 HD stations. If it comes up with an HD1 beside it, that usually means they've got more than one station on HD they're broadcasting on that frequency. So now we see HD1 up here, now we see a list. So if I hit list now, it now shows me the other HD stations are broadcasting. So I could rotate it to the HD2 and click on that. They can do different content if they wanted to. Then that's when you'll see the option for info on what they're currently playing. The music note here just gives you the option for adjusting the radio. So I can rotate this dial, click on the option I want to adjust, and rotate it to adjust it. If you get it all out of sequence, you can always hit reset and put it all back to flat. The arrow means you got more information to the right, so if you keep rotating it. The gong is the noise that the door makes, or the car makes when the door is open and the power's turned on. S volume is speed volume, and that's how sensitive the radio is to turning itself up or down as you increase or decrease in speed. This phone button will answer and end a phone call for the passenger. This will let the radios take off the radio information, just bring up the time and the date up here. Hitting it again will take you back to the radio information. If we hit audio, it brings up your audio options for this particular radio. So we have tuner, which is the radio, CD, which you have the single CD slot here for. You also have the aux and USB, which is underneath the armrest here. That's where you could also plug in an iPod. The menu button